that neatened up. You see I've put another angled platform here, tidied up a few corners, and I've made a tunnel here so he can run out and then regenerate. Okay, so now the last bit of tile map I want to put in before I start adding floating and moving platforms is the background here, because this looks a bit messy. So all I need to do is make a note of where my background tile map is and put another layer in between the mountains and the tile map. So I'll lock this one off, right click, add layer, top or bottom, doesn't really matter. I'm going to call this tunnel BG, so I know exactly what tunnel, spell it right. I'm going to drag that down between tile map and BG2 and then import the same tile map I've used for the platform at the same time. So I'm going to go tile map, click, open my original tile map that I'm going to use for a background in the tunnel. Okay, that's in tunnel BG. Make sure everything else is locked off. Go to my tile maps, click on the tile map, make sure we're at 0, 0, and then what I can do is I can paint in some background graphics here. So I can just use my stones. Let's use the sandy background. Well, we can put in a sandy background. Let's put in a sandy background there. Let's see if I, no. Oops. We'll just pop this in up to about here and then change some things around. Don't want that to be too uniform. Okay, so let's just add some grass at the top to give it a bit, make it look a bit better. And maybe put in some wobbly bottom. Whoops. Looks like that's not going to work. So let's just give it, we could add a few rocks. Let's add, no, okay. That's not going to work, John. So we could just put in some bits and pieces. Change it up a little bit. Add some dark tunnels. And we'll add a false platform here. Good, that's looking good. Okay, that's all right. That will work for now. I don't think I want to do much more than that. After all, we've got lots of other things to do. I don't like that though, so I'm going to get rid of it. Goodbye. Okay, so I'm just going to save my file. Now, what I want to do is, of course, where he lands on the tile map, I need to make it solid. Now, I'm going to show you a problem with tile maps and sprites when we've got slopes and when we've got half tiles made in the grid. Some of these are half grid, so that clear area will be a hit point. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my layers. I'm going to lock that off and I'm going to go to the game layer. Oh no, I'm going to find my background layer now. There's it's tile map 2. What a mess. Okay, so I'm going to unlock this. I'm going to click on the tile map and I'm going to give it a behavior of solid. So that's going to enable my character to run around on it. Now let's see what happens when I do that. I'll just open this up. So here we have my character. Nice bit of, oh, he's in the tunnel. I might change that black background. So, oh, there he is. You notice he's not actually touching the bottom of because of those half things. That one's not too bad. And then we're going to get him to climb a wall, but still, it doesn't look very good. So we're going to fix that next. Okay, so the way we fix that is we're going to turn off the solid on the background. We're going to lock that tile map off, and we're going to do a hit layer. And a hit layer is an invisible platform which we can put in for that character to run along. So again, yet another layer. It's going to be on top of the tile map too. It's going to be invisible, so actually it doesn't really matter where it goes, but I'll put it in between the two. So I'm going to make a new layer. I'm going to call it hit layer. I'm going to drag it just so I know roughly where it is. Unlock it and drag it. Okay, so what I can do is I can draw a graphic and I can make it invisible and I can put it where I want the player to go. And also I can have secret entrances to rooms if I want by getting rid of the hitbox. Let's do that now. So in hit layer, I'm going to right click, insert new object. We're going to pop a sprite in. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose pink because it's not necessarily a color I'm going to use in the game. And I'm just going to drop that into a box. And here we have a great big box. And I'm just going to manipulate that to be a thin strip. And I'm going to give it a behavior. So here's my sprite. I'm going to rename that hit box. And what I'm going to do is just put it here. And we're going to give it a behavior. So making sure I'm on hitbox, I want everything to have the same behavior. I'm going to make this solid so my player won't fall through it. Now, to speed things up, I don't need to keep making graphics. I can just make sure it's selected, go Command C, Command V. Oops, let's do it again. Command C, Command V. And I can just paste that in at the top. So I can do all my horizontal areas first. Command V, make that a bit shorter. Command C, Command V, so it's a bit shorter. I want to change that. I don't like the look of that. We haven't got any more flat areas. Okay, so Command V. Going to rotate this one to match my angles. Put that in here. Command C, Command V. You don't necessarily have it here, but when he jumps, he might jump through this, so it's probably a good idea to have it there. Drag that out. Command C, Command V. Command C, Command V. Command V. I don't need this because this has got a hitbox on it, but this area I want to cover. Otherwise, you can jump inside, which could be a good thing to do in a game. You never know. Okay. Command C, Command V. Shorten this out. Make sure that's lengthed out. And I'm going to actually go Command V again because I'm just going to quickly change this. It doesn't matter if there's two hitboxes. All right, so now this is all defined the areas where he can't go. I can go and click on the hitbox graphic, and down here at the bottom properties it says initially visible. Make that invisible when we play, and let's test it out. Here's my trump character. Oh, and he can fall down, and he's a lot better, looks a lot better running on here. Yeah. Oh, and he's a bit low there. He fell off the edge of that hitbox there. See that? So we can just adjust those. Excellent. Okay, so let's just go back and adjust this. Just fell out there. So we'll just maybe extend that one a little bit and extend this one a little bit. Bring this one down a bit because I noticed he was a bit in the air there. The other thing I want to do is adjust the hitbox, the hit area of the player as well. So we'll just go and lock off my hit layer, unlock the game layer, double click on good old Trump, just check his, yeah, that's all good. Is it all the same? Yeah, it's good. Let's have a look at the run. Ah, here we go. So I can right click over him. I can guess the polygon shape. That's not too bad. And apply to whole animation. So let's just check each one. Yeah, that's not too bad. All right. Now he's sorted out. Let's test it again. And he falls. All right. Yeah, he's not falling in there. Help, I can't get out. I might actually give him somewhere to climb there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this off and we'll do another video.